What are your own expectations? The markets have huge expectations of stimulus. That doesn't seem to be coming, but as we come down to the Politburo meeting, are you expecting anything at all?
Well, it is our base case that we do not expect there will be a full package of stimulus to be announced by the Chinese government. However, we actually do expect there will be some easing into some targeted sectors that probably will be in line with the government's goal for quality growth and issuing some structural reforms. And I think this probably would pave the way for the government to achieve the 5% GDP growth target for this year. And this probably would be good for the markets.
Private investment is key, and just this morning we heard from the government calling for better financial support for private investment. Is that symbolic? Is that significant in changing and shaping the investment environment?
I think it's definitely a good start that the government officials meeting with some companies' management. But I think the key thing is really for the banks to still continue to be willing to lend to these POEs and SMEs so that they can actually create job opportunities, and that will be good for the economy.
What's the greatest risk right now?
I think the key right now is there's a lot of job losses in China, and income expectations coming lower. So that actually would weaken consumer spending. And we are also seeing consumption downgrades. So we think that this probably would be the near-term risk.
So, Annisa, I mean, where is the real kind of, I guess, the crux of what's going on in China? It all stems from property. And, how is that for you evolving? I mean, we see Wanda making probably this payment coming through. That's sending the right message through. So is this ailing side of the economy now actually on the mend, or is it going to take a long time for it to fix itself?
I think we're still relatively cautious on the China property sector, mainly because it will probably take some time for sales to recover. So it will probably take another 6 months or so to clear inventory. So that's why for now, we actually do see that there's still risk of some companies potentially defaulting.
Exactly. And again, we go back to the stimulus question. Is it worth saving some of these companies? And, has the whole landscape for property and its importance in the psyche of the Chinese evolving?
I do not really expect the government would come out to save these companies. I think so far what we have seen over the past 12, 18 months is that the companies have to deal with the offshore and onshore debt maturities on its own. But there could be potential some specific easing issued or implemented by local government, but I do not really think there will be a full-blown easing on the sector as a whole.